He confessed from his cell. The prosecutor has had the letter for 3 years. August 7, 1972, 4 days after her 16th birthday. Jeannette DePalma left her home in Springfield Township, New Jersey. She told her mother she was taking the train to a friend's house. She never took the train. Investigators believe she hitchhiked instead. She never arrived at her friend's house. Her parents filed a missing person report. That was the last confirmed sighting of Jeannette alive. 6 weeks passed. Then a dog came home carrying a human arm. The owner traced it back to the Hudail quarry. Locals had always called the jagged rock formation at its edge one thing: the Devil's Teeth. On September 19, 1972, investigators climbed to the top of that cliff. What they found would be debated for 50 years. Jeannette's remains were discovered on the rocks. Scattered across the surface were personal items: a lipstick, a comb, and a key. The cause of death was undetermined. Her gold cross necklace, the one she always wore, was missing. It was never recovered. Witnesses described her body surrounded by fallen branches and logs, arranged in a pattern forming a rough coffin shape. Tips flooded the police. Talk spread of a local coven and satanic rituals. The police denied it, but the rumors persisted for decades. The original police case files disappeared entirely, allegedly lost in a flood. That explanation did not hold. In 2021, researcher Jesse P. Pollock filed a records request. The files still existed, and the county finally released them. What was inside changed the shape of the case. The files revealed evidence that had never been made public, and someone else had been reading them, a convicted serial killer writing letters from his prison cell. The mystery of the Devil's Teeth remains. Some secrets are meant to stay buried in the rocks. In the quiet archives of Springfield, New Jersey, lies a folder thick with dust, containing the unanswered questions of a cold case frozen since 1972. The disappearance of 16-year-old Jeannette DePalma sparked a mystery that would haunt the community for over 5 decades, leaving a trail of chilling uncertainty. Wild rumors of satanic cults and ritualistic activity began to swirl through the woods, fueled by anonymous typewritten letters and sensationalist newspaper headlines from the era. Panic gripped the small town as residents looked for answers in the shadows, fearing a hidden darkness had descended upon their once quiet, safe suburbs. But when her belongings were found in the dark dirt of Hudail quarry, the community realized the threat was far more real than any legend. Decades later, forensic experts are re-evaluating the evidence under the clinical light of modern science, searching for the DNA of a killer hidden in time. 50 years have passed. The world has modernized, but for the DePalma family, the clock stopped the day Jeannette never walked through her front door. Persistent interest from publications like Weird NJ has kept the story alive, ensuring that Jeannette's name is not forgotten by the generations that followed. New leads began to emerge from the silence of local diners and whispered conversations, hints of a connection to a notorious and prolific monster. In their book, Death on the Devil's Teeth, investigators Jesse Pollock and Mark Moran uncovered a chilling link that points to a singular, terrifying suspect. Richard Cottingham, the infamous torso killer, has spent decades behind bars. From his cell, a series of cryptic letters began to suggest a deeper secret. Cottingham lived a double life, a quiet, unremarkable computer operator by day, and a calculated predator hunting in the dark, wooded corridors of New Jersey. His trail of terror stretched across the region, overlapping with the very area where Jeannette was last seen walking alone on that fateful August evening. In handwritten confessions, Cottingham provided details about hitchhiking and abductions that matched the cold case files with disturbing accuracy, according to recent investigative reports. Was she simply a victim of a chance encounter? A young girl walking home as a shadow emerged from the dusk to change everything forever. With the new evidence handed over to authorities, the search for closure is nearing its end. A 50-year mystery may finally reach its dark conclusion. Justice for Jeannette DePalma is no longer just a hope. It is a search for the final truth hidden in the fog of time. Richard Cottingham has never been officially named as a suspect in the death of Jeannette DePalma. He has never been charged, but consider what is verified and documented. In 1972, Cottingham was 25 years old and actively killing. He targeted young women. He targeted hitchhikers specifically. He operated throughout the New Jersey corridor. He disposed of bodies in remote, wooded, elevated locations, places where discovery could take weeks. Jeannette DePalma was 16. She was likely hitchhiking. She was found 6 weeks later on a remote cliff in a quarry. Her cause of death was consistent with strangulation. Her necklace was missing. Cottingham was known to take items from victims. The book Death on the Devil's Teeth surfaced connections between Jeannette's case and 2 other young women, Joan Kramer and Carol Ann Farino, both from New Jersey. Both cases from the same era. Both with similarities in circumstance and method documented by researchers. As of today, Jeannette DePalma's official cause of death remains undetermined. The case has never been formally reclassified as homicide. There is one more detail that has never been fully explained: the coffin-shaped arrangement of branches around her body. Police denied occult involvement, attributing it to natural debris. But multiple witnesses at the scene described the same thing independently: branches and logs arranged deliberately around her body in the shape of a coffin. Whether that arrangement was made by her killer, to opportunists, or to something else entirely, nobody knows. The occult angle was never fully investigated. It was dismissed too quickly for reasons that the released files do not adequately explain. Jeannette DePalma was murdered on or around August 7, 1972. Her killer has never been identified. The original police files were hidden for nearly 50 years. A convicted serial killer wrote letters from prison saying he may have done it. Law enforcement has not publicly responded. The Justice for Jeannette DePalma organization continues to operate today. Her gold cross was never found. She was 16 years old, 4 days past her birthday. She told her mother she was taking the train. The case is not closed. If you know anything about this case, drop it in the comments below. One of our own viewers opened this investigation by spotting the Cottingham connection. The file stays open.